4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Well, hello, folks, and welcome back to the Production Room Podcast. We're here on the third floor of the Dixie Center for the Arts in beautiful downtown Ruston. The Production Room Podcast is a program of the Dixie Center and is sponsored by Origin Bank. Thank you, Origin, so much for all your support. We strive to bring you some of the best and the finest up-and-coming and established local performing artists, singers, songwriters, actors, actresses, producers, directors, etc. And I am so thrilled today to have with us the 2023 Emerging Artist of the Year from the Northeast Louisiana Music Awards, Miss Clara Rae.
Hey, thanks, Tom, for having me. I really appreciate it.
We are so glad to have you here with us today.
Thanks for having me out, really.
So, right off the bat, I want to talk about something that just happened a couple of weeks ago. So, Miss Clara Rae got married.
I did. Woohoo!
Look at that.
Yeah, shiny new ring.
That's got to be exciting.
It's the best. I love being married. It's a great feeling.
Well, that's good. So, I was visiting with Clara Rae a little bit before we started the podcast, and Clara Rae, you told me from a really large family?
I am. I'm the second oldest of 6 children, and my sister and I are a year apart, and then there's a 7-year gap between my next brother, and they're all stair-stepping after that.
Awesome.
It's great.
So I wonder, are there any other musicians in the family?
Everybody plays an instrument, but no one is pursuing it as of yet. But all of my younger siblings, they've got lots and lots of time if they would want to. So.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about, I know you started playing when you were, what did you tell me?
So I grew up in choir and church choir, school choirs, doing classical music. I started taking piano when I was 4 years old, going to Grace Episcopal at the time. And then when I was 8 years old, my daddy got me a baby Taylor guitar.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. It was so much fun. And we learned 3 songs that night. And
I wish my first guitar had been a baby Taylor.
I know, right? I know. I was like, damn, I wish I could buy a baby Taylor now. But it was a good time. I'm very thankful for that.
So who were some of your influences music-wise when you were just getting started?
Oh, just getting started. Probably when I was a kid, I still love, but really when I was a kid, I loved Mumford and Sons. I loved the Lumineers. That kind of like indie folk sound is just, I still love it. It's just easy to listen to, and it's complex, but not too complex. And it's just, I don't know, I love how they mix their stuff. And I love it. It's
awesome.
Easy,
yeah. What about now? Who are you looking up to?
I definitely love more classic rock and old country, things like Johnny Cash. I love CCR. I've recently, this is not old, this is new country. I've recently gotten into like the Red Clay Strays.
Nice.
I love Matt Schuster. I think he's got a really unique voice and sound. The same for like Wyatt Flores. He's like a newer country artist. And I love their sound. I love their production. It's really cool.
That's very cool. I love some of these names you're throwing out there because not everybody is familiar with them. And that's usually who my favorite artists are, is the ones that, everybody don't know.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool.
Oh, thanks.
So 2023 Emerging Artist of the Year. How did that feel?
Oh, that felt great. That was such an honor to be nominated by my community and my friends and family. And it's just, the Northeast Louisiana music community is so encouraging, and I feel like it's booming, especially lately. There's so many talented artists that are just in our Tri-City area. That's just, it's such a cool thing to be a part of, and such an honor to be even nominated.
Right. I don't know if you know it or not, but you're sitting in the 2023 Northeast Louisiana Music Awards venue of the year. So
I didn't know.
The Dixie Center won that last year, so very proud about that.
Absolutely,
as well.
You should be.
So Clara Rae, I know you play all over Northeast Louisiana. Tell us about some of the places you've played locally and what you've got coming up.
Yes, there's lots of great venues locally to play at. There's Enoch's, there's Flying Heart, there's Downtown Billiards, Pool Hall. There's so many great places to play locally that support local artists. This weekend in particular, on Thursday, I'm at Dat Catfish Place.
Dat Catfish
Place doesn't get more Cajun than that, does it?
No.
And that's at 6, I believe, and that's in Claiborne, Louisiana.
Awesome. So you've played next door to the Dixie, haven't you?
Yes, sir. Utility Brewing. Yes,
right
they're
door,
great. Yeah. Good
awesome.
pizza and good beer. Can't go wrong.
So tell us about you had a Nashville experience. It's your favorite venue to play. I want to hear about that. Tell us about the Bluebird.
I have, yes, sir. I've played at the Bluebird a couple of times in Nashville, Tennessee. It's such a cool experience. Everyone there is so interested in what you're singing. It's all originals. You play all your original music, and I've never had such a captivated audience that was really interested in my lyrics and what I was saying and going on about. And that was cool. It was cool to be able to share my story and have people interested in what it was. So,
right.
Yeah.
So you mentioned some original music. Tell us about some of the songs you've written. I'd love to hear about your process. How do you come up with these songs? Because almost every songwriter I talk to has got a little different spin on it. What's yours?
Yeah, I think it's good to always just, find the story around you. So I typically write from my own experiences, whether it's, a redemption process, a love song, a breakup song, which is very common, but also happens, and they're easy, big life experiences that you can write about. And sometimes I like to write songs about people around me. So if you see something that hits you deeply or someone that's close to you and you're like, oh, I feel really intrigued to write about that, and just flesh it out. And sometimes you're at the grocery store and someone says a cool line and you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta pull my phone out and write that down really quick just to write something around it.
We just had one of those moments a little bit ago before the show.
That's it.
Three chords and a dream.
3 chords and a dream, baby. That's all we do.
So, do you have a favorite songwriter?
Gosh, that's a great question. I love John Prine. I think
good answer.
He's a phenomenal writer. His lyrics are elevated and interesting, and I love John Prine. I love Zach Bryan as a recent artist that I've really been interested in his writing.
John Prine's actually on my list, right behind Chris Christopherson.
Oh yes, I should have said that. That's
Buddy
great.
Miller. They're all, those three are kind of in the same category, that upper level of being able to tell a story. And
and Hosier is he's an active artist, not necessarily newer artist on the scene, but his lyrics are really incredible. Yeah,
very good. It's nice to have people like that to look up to draw inspiration from. I think, and any good songwriter, I believe, is going to do that.
Absolutely.
So, tell us about some of your original songs. Give us some song titles, and tell us what you like about them and why you like them.
Absolutely.
Why did you write that song?
I got quite a few originals on my roster that are just backpedaling at the moment. First song I ever wrote, I think I was 19. Well, first song I ever wrote that I performed live, at least, your kid writes that.
Right.
But, and it was a breakup song. I had gone through a rough breakup personally, and I was playing music at the time, and I needed to get originals out. And so that was an easy, very prominent on my mind thing to write about. And I just poured my heart into a song and just everything that I wanted to say to that person, but didn't get the chance to, or just didn't get the nerve to. I just poured it all into a song, and it meant a lot to me. It pertains to my life, and it's very personal, and I don't think I'll ever record it, just because your first song, it's rough and it's awkward because we're friends now, so that would be really inappropriate. We're all in better places and where God wants us.
So, Clara Rae, I know you've got some stuff coming up, some gigs locally. What's the future looking like? Let's say a year or two down the road. Is music still going to be a part of it?
Absolutely. Music is everything to me. It is all I've ever wanted to do, and it's all I ever want to do. And I'm just so fortunate and blessed to have opportunities in front of me to get to pursue it. We have lots of new music coming out this year. We're working with multiple producers from Nashville to New Orleans to Austin, Texas, and having lots of new songs mixed and produced and hopefully coming out really soon. We just got sent one in that's finished, mixed and mastered last night.
Okay, that was my next question. It was about recording. So is there anything out there now?
Yes, sir. I've got some tunes out on all platforms. They're not necessarily something I'm super proud of. It's the early stages of recording and things like that. They're all under my maiden and actual name, which is Clara McBroom on all
Clara
platforms.
McBroom,
yes,
okay.
And
we'll have that information on the screen here in a little bit.
Cool.
Ways to contact Clara Rae if you've got an event coming up or need her to come play at your restaurant, your bar, your bar mitzvah, whatever.
Let's do it. Let's pay my bills and keep the lights on.
That's right. So we'll have all that information shortly. Here in a minute, we're going to have Clara Rae set up, and she's going to perform a song for us, one of her originals. Tell us a little bit about this song. Lead us into it.
Yes. Okay. This song that I'm thinking I'm going to perform for y'all is called Coward's Way Out. I wrote this recently with Deanna Walker. She is the songwriting professor at Vanderbilt University. She's a wonderful woman. We're great friends. We've been working together for the last year or so, and the song itself is about it's not personal to me, but it is about a broken relationship and how this person blows up at their significant other because all of these little intricate things that have built up around them in their life, and they just didn't say things when they needed to. They didn't communicate well, and now they blew up, and it's bad. It's a rough situation.
Awesome. So, yeah. Really looking forward to that. Anything else we need to know about Clara Rae?
Oh, gosh, I don't know.
Anything you want to tell the public, right? Here's your opportunity.
I don't know. Well, thanks for tuning in and listening to me blabber on. I don't really have too much more to say about myself.
That's awesome. Well, folks, we're going to take a little break right here. Clara Rae's going to get set up, and she's going to sing for us, and it's going to be good.
This one is A Coward's Way Out, and it is an original song by me and Deanna Walker.
Don't know why I said it. I guess the whiskey had its way. Stood there looking like a child who'd been slapped across the face. I can't take all the credit, 'cause you knew something was wrong, but you buried the evidence, left it there so long. The words don't come out right when your mind's broke. It's easy to block out all the light when you're coughing up smoke. I think holding on to you under that light. I think holding on to you with one lie is told. Honey, I've been hurting, hiding behind this curtain, holding tight to what I thought was true. Now I ain't certain if it was all worth it, breaking you on purpose. I should have told you it was over, but I didn't know how. That's the coward's way out. How to the coward's way out. Truth is that I let it rise up in me like a flood. I've been lying with my body since I've fallen out of love. Left it up to you to get it. Feel the distance in my touch. That was weak and it was cruel, using silence as a crutch. Honey, I've been hurting, hiding behind this curtain, holding tight to what I thought was true. Now I ain't certain if it feet, breaking you on purpose. Should have told you it was over, but I didn't know how. That's the coward's way out. How to the coward's way out. That's the coward's way out. Thanks.
Well, folks, that was Clara Rae with A Coward's Way Out. And wow, what a performance here at the Production Room Podcast. Now, we don't normally do this here on the podcast, but I was so blown away by that song. I've asked Clara Rae if she could do another one. So we're fixing to set up and do another performance by Clara Rae here at the Production Room Podcast. Quick shout out to Origin Bank for your support. Thank you so much. And folks, here is Clara Rae one more time.
This next song is called Take My Soul. I wrote it with Bo Bailey, who's actually local to this area originally, but we wrote it in Nashville because that's where he's living now and he has his recording contract.
Baptized in the holy water, now I'm swimming in the wine. And by now my daddy's daughter, searching for that selfish high. I should stop this train before it starts to head right off the tracks. Cause once it gets to go well, no there ain't no going back. Won't you take my soul? Take my soul. Before temptation grabs a hold, drags me down some deep dark road. Won't you take my soul? Just take my soul. I don't know where I will go. I'm so ready to go home. Won't you take my soul? Oh, won't you take my soul? Cause I'm a broken phonograph, spinning a circle. I'm repeating what I do and it just ain't working. Holy Spirit, won't you take my soul to the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost? The devil's got his hand wrapped around my throat already. Yeah, won't you take my soul? Just take my soul. For temptation grabs a hold, drags me down some deep dark road. Won't you take my soul? Just take my soul. I don't know where I went wrong, and I'm so ready to go home. Won't you take my soul? Oh, my soul. Now the devil ain't down in Georgia, cause he went on further south, down to Louisiana. Yeah, he follows me around, and I just can't shake this feeling. God, I'm going down, smoking secondhand tinted cigarettes, running with that no good crowd. Won't you take my soul? Just take my soul. For temptation grabs a hold, drags me down some deep dark road. Won't you take my soul? Just take my soul. I don't know where I've been wrong, I'm so ready to go home. Won't you take my soul?
Thank you so much, Clara Rae. That's just some awesome music, and I feel very honored to have you up here in the podcast this morning. Folks, I'm Tom Faber. I'm the host of the Production Room Podcast, and we're coming to you from the third floor of the Dixie Center for the Arts. Got some things coming up here at the Dixie. This weekend is the Joe Woods Wildwood Express show. If you've been around Ruston any amount of time, you've heard about this. It was a show that happened weekly here at the Dixie. Probably kept our doors open for a long time, but now it's an annual event. It's a tribute to Joe Woods and a benefit for the Dixie. And here's some information about that coming up. It's time once again to make your plans for the Ruston favorite. It's the Joe Woods Wildwood Express Show. On Saturday, April 6th at 6 p.m. Get your tickets at www.dixiecenter.org. This show is a tribute to Mr. Joe Woods and a benefit for the Dixie. The Joe Woods Wildwood Express Show is sponsored by Origin Bank. Coming up, I'm going to have Clara Rae's contact information on the screen. Feel free to reach out to us, productionroompodcast@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. If you have an artist in mind that's local to the area, I'd love to get them on here. So reach out to me. Thank you again, Clara Rae. Thank you, Origin Bank. And until next time, thank you for tuning in to the Production Room Podcast, coming to you from the Dixie Center in beautiful downtown Ruston, Louisiana. For questions, comments, or just to say hey, you can email us at productionroompodcast@gmail.com. The views expressed by our guests and host may not necessarily be those of the Dixie Center for the Arts. The Dixie Center for the Arts is a 501c3 nonprofit corporation whose goal is to be the heart and the home for the arts in North Louisiana. Be sure to share this episode with your friends and tune in again next time to the Production Room Podcast.